It started as a routine traffic stop, but what officers uncovered would haunt them forever. The sound of sirens echoed down the lonely Briarwood road that chilly November night. A lone patrol car, headlights cutting through the dense fog, pulled over an unmarked vehicle. Inside, a shrouded figure fidgeted nervously. Suddenly, an anguished 911 call shattered the stillness. A desperate cry for help that sent shivers down every spine listening. Narrator in a hushed, tense tone. In the dead of night, under a blanket of darkness, the unimaginable was about to unravel. A small town would soon find itself at the epicenter of a mystery so twisted, it defied belief. This is the story of Briarwood, a tale of deception, betrayal, and a crime that would forever change lives. A snippet of a distorted body cam clip plays, the officer's voice trembling as he recounts the moment. Officer Hernandez: I remember seeing a flash of movement, a glint of metal, a shadow disappearing, and then a piercing scream that cut through the silence like a knife. This chilling opening leaves us questioning what lurked behind the facade of an ordinary night. The following investigation reveals more than anyone could have ever expected. Briarwood, a picturesque town known for its close-knit community and charming streets lined with century-old trees, was suddenly thrust into darkness. It was here that the unthinkable occurred, a crime so meticulously orchestrated that even the most seasoned detectives were baffled. Victim: Emily Turner, a 29-year-old school teacher adored by her community for her kindness and dedication, was the heart of the tragedy. With her warm smile and gentle voice, Emily was known as someone who always put others first. On that fateful night, she was returning home after a late school event, her life destined for a tragic turn. Suspects: initial investigations centered on a mysterious figure, an enigmatic man in his early 30s with a troubled past. Known only as Marcus, his sporadic appearances in Briarwood had fueled rumors. Though he had been seen around the outskirts of town, his connection to Emily remained elusive. A second person of interest, a local drifter named Darren Daysmullen, had a reputation for his erratic behavior and a history of petty crimes. His murky background provided ample fuel for speculation, yet nothing was concrete until new evidence emerged. The events leading up to that dreadful night began with subtle hints that went largely unnoticed. Over the past few months, Emily had been receiving cryptic messages, anonymous texts filled with dark metaphors and eerie warnings. Friends recalled her uneasy glances and a deep-seated fear that she couldn't quite explain. Interview excerpt with Emily's best friend, Laura. Laura, softly. She always joked about having a secret admirer, but in the weeks before, she wasn't laughing. There was something in her eyes, like she was haunted by someone she couldn't shake off. The town of Briarwood, usually a bastion of safety and quiet nights, found itself on edge as whispers of danger spread. Neighbors exchanged knowing glances, and local businesses began installing extra security. The foreboding atmosphere was palpable, yet no one could have anticipated the horror that was about to unfold. The night of terror. The clock struck midnight on November 12th, a night that would etch itself into the annals of Briarwood's history. Emily was driving home along the winding country road when she suddenly noticed headlights in her rearview mirror. Initially assuming it was a concerned motorist, she slowed down. But within moments, the vehicle pulled alongside her, its intentions anything but benign. Narrator building suspense. As the car approached, the air grew thick with tension. The serene hum of the night was shattered by the sound of a car door slamming open, followed by hurried footsteps. In a series of rapid, disjointed moments captured by nearby surveillance, the car's occupant emerged, a man cloaked in darkness. The attacker's voice, muffled by the roar of adrenaline, barked out commands that were half-whispered threats and half-prayers for mercy. Sensory overload. The scene was chaotic. Emily's heart pounded like a drum in her ears as she fumbled with the door handle. The scent of cold, damp earth mixed with the acrid tang of burning rubber as the assailant forced her out of the vehicle. In the background, a radio played a static-laden news report, the words indistinct yet heavy with impending doom. Witness account from a passerby, Mark, recorded in shaky audio. Mark, I saw her struggling. It was like time slowed down. I could barely make out their faces. One was desperate, and the other, completely consumed by a cold, calculated rage. In that heart-stopping moment, every second stretched out into an eternity. Emily's pleas for mercy were swallowed by the oppressive darkness. The attacker's actions were swift and brutal, a savage ballet of violence that left a trail of chaos in its wake. Dialogue and monologue excerpts. A recording from a bystander's phone offers a rare glimpse into the unfolding terror. Bystander whispering, I can't believe this is happening. It's like something out of a nightmare. Please, somebody help her. Meanwhile, in a hidden corner of the crime scene, Detective Samantha Reyes noted every detail in a trembling monologue captured on her personal recorder. Detective Reyes. This is unlike anything we've ever encountered. The brutality, the precision. It's as if the perpetrator wanted to send a message. We must piece together every fragment of evidence to understand this horrifying act. The visual of the scene was equally harrowing. Blood spattered against the backdrop of the darkened trees, each droplet illuminated by the stark flash of emergency lights. The ground was littered with clues, discarded items, footprints, and the lingering scent of fear and regret, step by step unraveling. As dawn broke, the full scale of the tragedy was revealed. The investigation team, led by seasoned detectives and forensic experts, descended upon the scene with a singular focus, to piece together the puzzle that lay before them. Narrator with measured intensity. Every detail mattered in the hours following the incident, from the microscopic traces of DNA to the faintest echo of a voice on a recording. No stone was left unturned. Forensic breakthroughs. Forensic teams scoured the area, using every tool at their disposal. Among the most significant pieces of evidence was a strand of hair found on the victim's clothing, which forensic experts believed could tie the suspect to the scene. Microscopic fibers, mysterious chemical residues, and a shattered piece of jewelry became the centerpieces of the investigation. Interview excerpt from forensic analyst Dr. Malcolm Ortiz. Dr. Ortiz. The evidence was almost surreal in its complexity. Each fragment told a story of a meticulously planned crime, executed with chilling precision. In a dramatic twist, investigators discovered that the messages Emily had received before her death contained coded language. A painstaking analysis of her phone records and digital correspondence revealed a trail leading to a long-forgotten connection. A connection that tied Emily to Marcus, the man with a shadowy past. Interviews and confessions. Throughout the investigation, detectives conducted numerous interviews with locals, family members, and potential witnesses. One particularly poignant interview was with Darren Days Mullen, the local drifter whose erratic behavior had long been the subject of town gossip. In a tense, recorded conversation, Darren's words were filled with a mixture of fear and defiance. Darren, voice quavering, I've been around, seen a lot, but I swear, I never got involved in something like this. I don't know nothing about Emily's death, man. Detective Reyes later reflected on that interview in a recorded note. Detective Reyes, Darren's statements were inconsistent with the evidence we were uncovering. It became clear that beneath the facade of disjointed ramblings lay a deeper connection to the events of that night. In another interview, A close friend of Marcus recalled a chilling conversation. Friend, softly, Marcus was obsessed with the idea of fate and punishment. He'd talk about delivering justice to those he deemed unworthy. It's like he believed he was an agent of some dark cosmic balance. Just when the investigation seemed to hit an impasse, a breakthrough emerged. Surveillance footage from a nearby gas station, previously overlooked, captured a fleeting image of Marcus's car. This revelation redirected the course of the inquiry, prompting detectives to focus their attention on Marcus's past. Further probing into his history uncovered ties to organized crime, a life of deception, and a string of unsolved violent incidents. Every new clue brought the investigators closer to a truth that was more shocking than they could have ever imagined. The layers of this case were peeled back one by one, revealing a tapestry of lies, betrayal, and a chilling premeditation that defied conventional understanding. The investigation then shifted to high-tech digital analysis. Cyber experts retrieved deleted emails and text messages from a confiscated laptop. Within these digital shadows, a pattern emerged. A correspondence between Marcus and an unknown accomplice discussing the plan and ensuring that the past was never forgotten. The evidence was mounting, and with it, a palpable sense of urgency pervaded the investigation. The arrest and legal battle. In a dramatic culmination of relentless investigative work, the police arrested Marcus on a quiet morning that seemed ordinary in every way. As he was led away in handcuffs, a wave of relief washed over the community. A community that had been gripped by fear and uncertainty. During a tense press conference held by Detective Reyes, she summarized the breakthrough. Detective Reyes, firmly, the evidence speaks for itself. Marcus's involvement in this heinous act is undeniable. We owe it to Emily and to this community to ensure that justice is served. The legal proceedings that followed were fraught with tension and media frenzy. Courtrooms became battlegrounds where forensic experts testified, evidence was meticulously presented, and witnesses recounted their harrowing experiences. The trial, punctuated by intense cross-examinations and impassioned closing arguments, captivated the nation. Community impact and media reaction. Briarwood was forever changed by this tragedy. The town's once peaceful streets were now shrouded in an aura of sorrow and vigilance. Vigils were held in Emily's memory, and community leaders pushed for stricter security measures and support systems for victims of violent crime. Community leader Janet Collins, during a local memorial. Janet Collins, tearfully, Emily was the light in our community. Her loss is a wound that will take time to heal, but we must honor her by standing together and demanding change. Media outlets around the country picked up the story, fueling public debate on community safety, the nature of justice, and the unpredictable depths of human cruelty. Headlines screamed of Briarwood's nightmare and the man who haunts the shadows, as national news networks dissected every detail of the case. The lasting legacy. Even as Marcus was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, the ripples of the crime continued to resonate. The trial served as a stark reminder that even in the most seemingly secure communities, darkness can lie in wait. Families, neighbors, and local law enforcement were left to grapple with the aftermath. A legacy defined by both a deep mourning and a renewed commitment to protect their community. Justice was served, but the scars left behind would never truly fade. In the heart of Briarwood, Emily Turner's memory lives on, a testament to the fragility of life and the enduring strength of a community determined to rise above tragedy. As we draw the curtains on this harrowing tale, one truth remains unassailable. Even in the safest communities, the unexpected can shatter the illusion of normalcy. Emily Turner's story is a painful reminder of how fragile life can be and how, sometimes, evil lurks where we least expect it. Every community has its shadows, and every shadow hides a secret. In Briarwood, the tragedy of that fateful night forces us to ask, how well do we truly know the people around us? This is not just a story about crime. It is a cautionary tale about the depths of human darkness and the resilience required to overcome it. As you walk away from this narrative, consider this. What would you do if you found yourself at the crossroads of fate, where every decision carries the weight of a life? The answer may be simpler than we dare to imagine, yet infinitely more complex than any crime story could ever reveal. The case of Emily Turner and the enigmatic Marcus will forever echo in the annals of true crime, a chilling chapter that challenges our perceptions of justice and safety. And while the perpetrators may be locked away, the memories, lessons, and scars remain, urging us to remain vigilant and compassionate in a world where darkness can be found even in the most unexpected corners. Hey, if this story has caught your attention so far, take a quick second to like, subscribe, and share to help us grow the channel. Your support helps us create more meaningful stories that touch lives.